For the bigger Tea Party picture here, let's bring in MSNBC political analyst Eugene Robinson, associate editor, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist of the Washington Post, and author of the new book, Disintegration, the Splintering of Black America. Gene, good evening.
Good evening, Keith.
When does the book come out?
Comes out on Tuesday.
Okay, so you're a month ahead of me. You're safe. Okay. I didn't mention in this the Nevada Republican Tea Party senatorial candidate Sharon Angle, who is now denying the Harry Reid claim that she tried to repeal mandated insurance coverage for mammograms. But while the Plumline blog has reported being on record with both the Las Vegas Review-Journal and in her Senate primary debate, she literally said that she had bills that would have ended those mandates for mammograms. You've got that, you've got Palladino, you've got Whitman. I'm sensing a pattern here, Gene, or is I'm just being a little paranoid? Which is it?
Well, Keith, first, let me respond that I intend to respond to that at the appropriate time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that would be now, okay.
I'll take you out for a beer.
And I'll take you out for a beer. No, you know, here, in the case of Angle and Palladino, what you have, and I'm just going to be frank here, is crazy people saying crazy things that are not true. I mean, you know, let's face it, these are really erratic candidates who often don't make a lot of sense. In the case of Meg Whitman, you have something a little different. You know, she has a real problem in that she's tried to portray herself as, you know, tough on employers who hire illegal immigrants, and she employed one for 9 years, and here's the proof, and she's trying to get out from under it. Yeah.
But which is more true of these two choices, if one of them is incorrect, supply the correct one, that these candidates are representing some sort of fundamental flaw in the way people in the Tea Party think, or that these are growing pains of a young party that has no system of vetting their candidates and no bar to understand, you know, as cynical and as jaded as professional politicians are, some of them can tell you when you can get away with something and when lying 6 different ways about the same subject might get you into trouble. Is it one or the other, or is it both?
Well, this is not an either-or construction. This is a both-and. I think, you know, is there something wrong with the way they think? Well, if you think that you can say something, you know, just come out and say something that's demonstrably not true, or say something that directly contradicts something you said the other day, then I think that's kind of a flaw in the way you think. And yes, this is a movement or whatever you'd want to call it that doesn't quite have its act together in terms of fielding professional candidates who would have, you know, who would know how to handle these sorts of situations and like stick to their story.
To that point, the one detail that we left out in the recap of the Whitman thing, I played the tape in the open of the show, but we didn't do it again. She said last night, you know, I haven't seen the letter, which is the whole crux of her problem, but I suspect it probably is her husband's signature, and I suspect what he said is, he said he doesn't remember ever receiving this letter, but he might have scratched something like that at the bottom of the letter. That's, in some ways, is that worse than the Palladino thing? Because the Palladino thing, the guy is just going back and forth saying whatever he thinks is appropriate for the given moment, and it changes by the hour, and he's crazy. I mean, he's just nuts. But this woman has been taken seriously as a businesswoman, as an innovator, as a giant in her own field, and she's now saying, well, we never got this letter, and the housekeeper stole it, but yeah, that's probably his handwriting on it. That's an attempt to just push a pile of bull past people, isn't it?
Well, you know, I think it is, and that's why I kind of separate out the Whitman case, because I really think this is a serious problem for her, certainly for the image she's trying to project. It's a really, really bad thing if this, you know, this close to an election, you're offering to take a lie detector test, which she is offering to take, and this sort of shifting, creeping story about what actually happened and what the truth actually. There is no letter. There, you know, the housekeeper stole it. Oh, you mean that letter? Oh, you mean that husband who signed it? It's, you know, it's really bad, and so you're left with just a few possibilities, all of which are pretty bad. Either she's just a flat-out liar, she's just lying, or at a minimum, she is the sort of person who employs someone in her house for 9 years and doesn't bother to learn even the most basic details about this woman's life.
And later accuses her of stealing a document that it turned out her husband obviously had. I mean,
and said, according to the housekeeper at their parting, I don't know you, you don't know me. You know, they're real sweet.
The Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist Gene Robinson, thanks for your time tonight. I'll take you out.
I'll take you out.
To congratulate you on the publication of your new book. All right, thanks,
and yours
Gene.
coming up.
Thank you kindly.